At this point joining us on the broadcast. Mohammed Ali Shah, is this concerning? IEDs in such huge quantity to be found in concealed boxes, is this concerning? Who could be behind it?
Certainly, Uday, it's very, very concerning. But let me tell you, it's not something new to Manipur, actually. Manipur has always been a troubled state and it has to be resolved. The issue of the Northeast, it has been pending for a while now. There are different insurgent groups, like who could be behind it? Now, there is UNLF, United Nations Liberation Front, there is PLA, People's Liberation Army, not the PLA of China, but there is another PLA over there. There is KYKL, there is NSCN-IM, there is NSCN-K. They are close to 50 factions, 50 underground groups operating in the Northeast, in Nagaland and Manipur also. Now, who could be now in the entire 398-kilometer stretch of Myanmar and India border, which is from the Manipur boundary? It is very porous, the border. There is a provision that anybody, the Tangkul Nagas, who are the tribals over there, who have families across the border, both the sides, who stay within 20 kilometers can only take a permit from the Gaon Buddha, that's the senior village elder, the Sarpanch, and he can enter easily. So there is a provision for the Nagas and the Kukis who stay over there in that belt. Now, there are elections going to be happening in Manipur in February. And the Chief Minister, Mr. N. Biren Singh, he has given a clear order that anyone who possesses even licensed weapons should submit their weapons to ensure a peaceful conduct of the elections. Now, there could be a couple of reasons. One could be because of the upcoming elections. Second thing could be, it could be a normal insurgency that happens in Manipur, because in the southeast, you can see countries like Indonesia or in Laos, and AK-47 is very, very easily available just for a mere $100, and they will get a firearm, they will get RDX, they will get IDs. So now when, my own coursemate from the army, Colonel D. Sri Ramkumar, he won an Ashok Chakra. He was awarded with the highest award for gallantry in the state of Manipur only, not very long time back, because he did a very successful operation. Now these operations keep happening in Manipur, and yes, this has to be because like the situation in Jammu Kashmir is very, very bad. And we keep hearing about it in media, but rarely do we come across such reports about Manipur, though the situation on ground is actually quite bad in Manipur there. And I'm glad that you have taken it up and you're reporting this about Manipur right now.
Absolutely. And do you believe then that perhaps there is a need for further such patrols, further such checks along the Indo-Myanmar border, Mohammed Ali Shah? Do you believe that, there is a need for further such drives, considering the fact that this recovery has been made? There could be more such attempts also. And do you also believe, Major Shah, that there is a China hand behind it?
Most certainly, Uday. Firstly, I commend the troops of 43 Assam Rifles, because I had served in the Assam Rifle in the Northeast, and I know it's a very, very good battalion, and I know the success that they've had over there right now. And yes, there certainly is a Chinese hand over there as well. Most certainly, because most of the weapons from there, they are funded from, ultimately, if you see the nexus routes down to, in fact, China, their counterfeit notes, there's smuggling over there happening. And yes, there is a nexus with China and also with the ISI, because when we had caught counterfeit notes, it ultimately zeroed down to Pakistan, where the ISI had sent in counterfeit notes. Now, the IDs over there, wherever like say in Moreh, for example, I've been to Moreh, and the neighboring part of that side, like Moreh, we have on the Indian side, there's Tamu. There's a bridge which is red and white, and the red and white bridge demarks India and Myanmar, for that matter. Now, secondly, Chinese hand, yes, most certainly it cannot be ruled out, and China, because many weapons, which we have personally caught, I have seen with my own naked eyes. These were all Chinese automatic weapons. So most certainly, when the technology doesn't lie, when we see made in China written over there, there's certainly, as you rightly said, there's certainly a Chinese angle over there as well over there.
Okay, let's move on. Major Mohammed Ali Shah and Rahul, thank you for joining us with those details.